Well, welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Tony St. James. Let's get rolling this morning with the corn market. Now, the corn market is in the red, but soybeans are moving higher, and we'll tell you why in just a moment. Let's first start with corn. December contract at $4.10 a bushel. It's 3¼ cents lower, 3 cents lower on the March, the May, and July contracts. What about soybeans? Yeah, we are moving higher, just a penny higher on the November at 10.07 1/4. Deferred's penny and a half higher. Could it be because of an announcement from USDA of an overnight sell to unknown destinations, i.e. China? But what we're really watching is the sell-off in the wheat market. Chicago, December down 11¾ 583. July 11¼ lower 615¾ Let's keep those same months for hard red, down 12¼ on the front month, 587¾ with the new crop at 611¼ down 12¼ and at the bottom of that 10-cent trading range. Spring wheat, Minneapolis, we'll look at the D's contract at 629¾ down 5¾ cents. And then the cotton market in New York trying to push to 72 cents. We've seen that already in the early morning session, 72.23 for the high. We've backed off 71.93 now. It's up 211 points. Tommy Grisafi's with Advanced Trading, and Tommy talked about the soybeans moving higher, but the sell-off in wheat, what's happening there?
Well, it's went up a lot in a short period of time, and we're grateful for it. A nice little bump in beans, but we're approaching unchanged. Corn down 4. Friday was interesting. Corn closed on the dead high, and beans closed real close to the dead low. And we had Putin decided that there was rhetoric coming out of Russia saying about missiles, and that really caught the markets off guard Thursday night into Friday. So you've seen quite a bit of short covering. You notice the funds are covering. We get those commitment of traders on Friday, and you continue to see the funds cover corn, put them down for another 30, 40,000 covered. We did, on a technical side, gap open 1/4 cent lower last night in corn. We haven't filled that gap yet, but we tend to, those charts don't tend to leave a lot of gaps. But corn's down 4. I had time to travel last week, and much like yourself, you were at Husker Harvest Days, but driving home on Saturday from Big Iron Farm Show in Fargo, I went through North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana, and crops are rapidly maturing as this hot, dry weather is probably saving them a lot on propane and natural gas bills. Let's hope we don't lose any test weight with this hot weather. But nonetheless, harvest is going to come at us at a big pace. We're going to have some rain. As you know, Mr. Jeffrey there just did a great job talking about all those storms. Storm number 8, rains in the Midwest. It looks like everyone's going to get a little drink, but it's been so hot and dry, I think the ground will just dry that up in the Midwest, and we will have harvest pressure, big harvest pressure by the weekend. And by next week, so all we be talking about is how the basis is wide, how the markets are moving, how spreads are moving, and it's fun, right? It's nice to be here at 8:45 in the morning to get to talk about this stuff. But nonetheless, markets might have went up a little too fast, and they're correcting right now, my friend.
Yeah, and we've got the countdown to the Fed's rate decision coming on Wednesday. Currently trading, well, we've got the rate at 5¼ to 5.5%. So the question then becomes, is this a quarter rate or a half rate cut? And that's on Wednesday. Coming up on Friday, cattle on feed report. So hang around, Tommy. We're coming back and talking cattle. Market Day Report continues in a moment. It's Market Day Report as we're now trading the livestock futures. Let's look at live cattle trading last check higher. October up 15, 177.80, and the December at 178.80 is 30 cents higher. Are the feeders following the suit? You bet. October $1.07 higher, 240.20, and November up 115 at 236.35. Now last week we did see live cash sales about $1 higher, with the dressed 4 to 5 higher, but a little confusing because many of those sales were over the top, so not part of the mandatory reporting scheme. And hogs were higher through the February contract, with October up 107, 79.52. We mentioned this earlier. Hogs month over month up 3 1/3 percentage points, while year over year is trading nearly 4.5% higher than where we were just this time last year. One more, and it's the milk market, which has also seen some pretty impressive gains, up over 12% this month. October at 24.09, up 7. Tommy Grisafi's with Advanced Trading. And Tommy, we hit a lot of different things there, whether we're talking cattle on feed report coming out on Friday, or hogs, just some slight gains month over month. What are you watching?
What am I watching? I like watching the money flow. I like watching the dollar. The cattle market, every time it looks like it's really rolled over and it's over, it has an impressive rally. The fundamentals are solid, but as you know, I've seen corn at $8 before, and fundamentally it's bullish, and we break $2. You have to be careful with confusing the fundamentals and understanding how this money gets in and out of these markets. And I look over to my right, I see the Dow Jones on the high up 350, and last week, gold hit new highs. You wonder if Wall Street and investors are putting a little money back in commodities. See some covering of the corn market. Yes, hogs were at a much lower level to end the year last year, but really not moving too far too fast. Everyone's got their fingers crossed, especially if you're just getting in the cattle industry, that this market maintains. But the numbers looking forward look tough. Now, they do get the break of more affordable feed. Take a look at getting some upside bought for corn and meal if you have any livestock, in case we have any surprises here after harvest. And with that, let's hope the markets just breeze through this election. But I have a feeling volatility will be the theme the next 50 days.
Yeah, you hit right on it. Volatility probably will be at least an underlying component to the trade from now through at least the end of the year. Tommy Grisafi's with Advanced Trading. A couple of other just quick notes here.